I'm Andrew Smith here with another video, this one on how to understand Facebook marketing campaigns for brand awareness and lead generation. What you can expect from this video is how to understand the campaign hierarchy, talking about different campaign types and what you'll do with those, using multiple campaigns to achieve a higher objective, applying a marketing strategy using multiple campaigns, building your first marketing campaign, and we'll also talk about some additional solutions you can use. When it comes to Facebook campaigns, we're essentially talking about getting your marketing ideas communicated to the general public. And the ad campaign is the vehicle that you'll use to do that. So when it comes to Facebook, you have your personal page, which is where your friends and family and coworkers, people you know personally. Important to know that you can't pay to advertise on your personal page, and it's for good reason, because you would essentially be spamming your friends and family. That's what your business page is for. Now, of course, you can invite people to your business page, but the real purpose is to reach the general public through paid ads, which again just reach much more people than you will with your personal page. And the ad campaign is the structure, is the vehicle, again, to reach those masses. So let's take a look at the campaign hierarchy itself. It does start with a campaign, which may seem a little bit redundant, but underneath the campaign is where you have the ad set, and within the ad set is where you have your ads. Now, the campaign is where you set your overall objective. What is it you're trying to accomplish? Do you want to get leads? Are you trying to promote your brand? Do you just want people to watch a video? The type of objective you want will depend on the type of campaign you choose. Something that has been rolled out more recently is the ability to assign a budget at the campaign level so that it would get distributed across all of your ad sets and all of your ads. And the way that it works is, once all of your ads have been displayed, Facebook will show the ones that get more engagement more frequently, because it's in Facebook's best interest that you succeed, because you as an advertiser, if you don't succeed on Facebook's advertising platform, then you would likely take your advertising dollars elsewhere. So it is in their best interest to see you succeed. Next is the ad set. Now, a lot goes on with the ad set. You're going to define your audience, set your schedule, determine your placements, and previously you could assign the budget or assign a budget at the ad set level. So your audience, that's who you're going to show your ads to. Your schedule is, when are they going to show? Your placements are, where are they going to show? Are they going to show on Instagram and Facebook? If they're showing on Facebook, are they going to show in the right column? Are they going to show in the audience network? Those are all things that are identified at the ad set level. And as I mentioned previously, you could set a budget at the ad set level, but I was setting up an account for a client recently and noticed that I could only set the budget at the campaign level and not the ad set level, perhaps as being something that's being phased in. I like to think of the ad set as the traffic cop. It determines what's going to happen with this ad. It takes the objective from the campaign, puts all the components together that are necessary for distribution. Because next is the actual ad itself, which is the creative, the image or the video that's going to be populated through the definitions that you set at the ad set level. And of course, your ads will also contain some sort of ad copy, including a call to action, meaning telling people what you want them to do once they're finished engaging with that content. Now, one of the ways I was able to understand the campaign hierarchy was to put it in terms that I could understand. So when it came to the campaign, I like football. So I was thinking, okay, well, how can this apply in a football scenario? So let's say the campaign is the head coach. The head coach makes a determination based on the circumstance. So let's say it's 3rd down and 2, and the coach says, we're going to run the ball. All right, now the coach isn't going to be out there, calling plays and necessarily putting all the components together. Typically what happens is they'll communicate that directive or that objective to the coordinator, the offensive coordinator. So the offensive coordinator gets from the coach that we're going to run the ball and it's 3rd and 2. So they look at the situation, then they're like, okay, well, I need to bring in different players. I need to bring in my jumbo package. I need to have a bunch formation and, just different things, just different thoughts that go into what's going to be necessary to execute this 3rd down and 2 run play. And so that's where the ad set is, the bringing all the components together that will enable the objective to be accomplished. And of course, that is then communicated down to the quarterback and the players, who in this example would be the ads. They're the ones that go out and make it happen. And maybe if you're not familiar with football, looking at it in a corporate sense, you have the campaign being your VP or department head. They would take an objective and send it to a director who would be the one to again, compile people, maybe consider logistics, depending on what the objective is, of course. Maybe you have to hire people, maybe let people go. Depending on the circumstance, the director has that huge responsibility to carry out the objective of the VP. Again, this example, it being the ad set. And of course, the director isn't going to be the one on the ground making it all happen. That would be up to the manager and the staff. Again, this example, those being the creatives or the ad. So hopefully that helps you understand the hierarchy of these campaigns and where things go and what each thing does. So when it comes to campaign hierarchy, please understand that campaigns can have multiple ad sets. You're not limited to just one ad set. And in fact, you would want to have multiple ad sets so that you can test things. Because again, I remember you set your audience in the ad set. So you might have one audience that you want to compare to another and maybe send them the same ads and see which audience responds to those ads more. Okay, because you can have, just like you can have multiple ad sets in a campaign, you can also have multiple ads in an ad set. Same ideology. You can have one audience looking at 2 different ads, see which one they respond to more. Okay, that's called split testing. So campaigns can have multiple ad sets can have multiple ads. And you definitely want to do that so that you can split test your creatives and your audiences to see which ones are performing better. So what I mean is, you introduce, let's say you have 2 different audiences you want to test, and you're going to run the same ad to those 2 audiences. Well, let's say one audience responds overwhelmingly more than the other, then you would probably shut down that one that's not performing and introduce a new audience to compete with the one that was better. So you're constantly improving. Don't let anything settle for being good. Always try to improve to make it better. And that's what split testing does. Now, if you're using this same example, let's say you're in a county looking for buyers, one audience or one ad set could be individuals in one city, and another ad set could be individuals in another. You can run different ads to those different audiences, or you can run the same ad to both audiences. So there's a lot of creativity you can apply, but the objective is to get your ads to perform better so that they can reach your objective, and hopefully that objective involves, at the end of it all, making you money. All right, so let's talk about different types of campaigns within Facebook, because each objective is going to determine the type of campaign that you choose. So when you first set out to create a campaign, as of now, this is the interface that you would see, and it gives you different options. You have these 3 general themes: awareness, consideration, and conversion. Even though you see brand awareness under awareness here, everything that you typically will do as a real estate agent will be in here. Now, if you have e-commerce, if you have an e-commerce site, that's probably separate from real estate. Or if it is a real estate e-commerce site, then you probably would have, campaigns in this category or in this column here. But for the most part, you're going to be dealing with traffic, video views, and lead generation for the most part. Okay, your traffic campaigns are simply you sending traffic to a website or a landing page off of Facebook, and that's all it is. They can be image ads or they can be video ads, but the thing is, when people click, they're clicking away from Facebook. They're not staying in Facebook. The video views allows people to watch your videos within Facebook. Now, it's important to understand that if you select video views, you can only upload videos into that campaign. You would not be able to upload image ads because the campaign itself would be optimized for video views. The next campaign you'll likely use in Facebook is the lead generation campaign. This is what uses Facebook's lead forms to collect and obtain contact information or lead information. Now, oftentimes, you'll put a post and you'll be tempted to click boost on that post. If you do understand, Facebook is going to assign an engagement campaign by default. And if you do select boost, still make sure that you're going to promote it to an audience that you want, because Facebook typically just shows those. If you don't do anything, it's going to just show to everyone in the United States, and they optimize those to show those sorts of ads to people that are more likely to click like or some sort of engagement or have some sort of engagement. But that's what happens when you click boost post. It's important to know that you can't mix campaign types in one campaign. So as I was mentioning earlier, if you select video views as your campaign, you can only upload videos to that campaign. You can't upload image ads. Okay, now if you do want to use more than one campaign, so like in the introduction slide, this presentation is geared towards brand awareness and lead generation. So if you want to use two different campaigns to achieve an overall objective, you would want to manage that somewhat as a program. I'm thinking of my past experience in project management. You have the PMO, the Program Management Office, and then from there you have individual projects that are all working, in their own different silos to achieve the objective of the program. And that's what you would have to do if you have more than one campaign that you're using to achieve a higher objective. So for this example, the higher objective is a collective between brand awareness and lead generation. So maybe you're a new agent, you're just getting started, you have no followers on your Facebook page, you have a limited sphere of influence, you need to get your name out there, right? So you would want to have a brand awareness campaign, specifically a traffic campaign, where you're publishing content, you're just putting information out there. And then on the backside of that, you could start collecting leads from the people who have seen your ads. Okay, but you would want to manage that collective activity between both of those separate projects outside of Facebook, because Facebook doesn't give you the opportunity to manage multiple campaigns under one program. Again, this program is my personal definition for a silo or some sort of container for multiple campaigns. All right, so let's talk about multiple campaigns. Again, this program objective, the overall objective in this case is you want to get your name out there, and then you want to start collecting leads as a result. Okay, so you've got two projects, if you will, a traffic campaign and a lead generation campaign. And I selected traffic because you can't upload videos and image ads in that campaign, and of course your lead generation campaign. So you have two separate campaigns working towards an overall objective. So let's look at how this would work. Again, you have two objectives. You got brand awareness and you've got lead generation. Two individual campaigns all working towards a higher objective. You want to establish yourself as a real estate agent and start collecting leads, start growing your business. Later on you're going to have different campaigns to do different things, but as of right now you're just trying to get started. If you start asking for leads without anyone knowing who you are, then they're less likely to give you good information. So on the brand awareness side, this is your initial engagement. This is where you start giving away content. You can have a campaign of either video views where you're just pushing out video content, or you can do a traffic campaign that will allow you to push out both videos and image ads. All right, and at this point, you're just giving away information. You're just giving out valuable content to your audience, because at this point, these people don't really know who you are. But after getting a chance to engage with your content, watching your videos, to see the value that you're putting out there, that's going to allow them to know, like, and trust you, because no one buys from anyone that they don't know, like, and trust. This is a very strong referral, but even still, the person's going to start feeling you out before they commit to you. So the intent of this brand awareness effort is simply to get people to know, like, and trust you, because when they do, then you have the opportunity to retarget them. And that's really where the benefit and value of Facebook advertising is, because you got to remember, when people are scrolling on Facebook, they're not looking for ads. They're not looking for sponsored ads. So your sponsored ad has to be engaging. It has to give them what they want. It has to solve some need, right? But they're not actively searching. And you got to remember that they're going to maybe watch a video of yours, and it might be 2, 3 months, 4 months before they're even ready to make a buying decision. But the point is, you want to be advertising to them continually over that process, so that when they are ready to make a purchasing or selling or leasing decision, you are the agent that they are likely to contact, because you would have been sending them quality content all this time. And what happens is, once they start engaging with that content, you create a retargeting campaign, and now you're still giving information, but with the intent and objective of receiving contact information in return. So on the brand awareness side, you're just giving stuff away. You might have calls to action, but the intent there is just to get people to know, like, and trust you. On the flip side of that, when you're retargeting them for leads now, yes, you're still going to give them some information, but not without asking for their contact information first, okay? And that's done with the lead generation campaign. So let's look at this in practice, in terms of your marketing strategy, this two-phased approach. First is brand awareness. This is your first thing to do. Step one is to define a cold audience in Facebook. And these are people you're going to prospect to based on their location, their language, their age, if they're 55 plus, their interests. These are things that are going to identify prospects that you're going to start sending content to in your initial marketing. You're giving away articles. You're making videos, do-it-yourself videos, information videos. Perhaps you bring in other experts and have the expert communicate the value to your audience. You can give away free lists, maybe a top 10 list of things to look for on a home inspection, those sorts of things. But you're giving away good content. And just quickly on articles, I would be cautious about sending people to articles that you didn't write. And the reason is, let's say, for example, you post an article to, I'm going to use homes.com, right? They've got a nice article, you read it, you post it on your Facebook page, and then you promote that out there. Someone sees that article, clicks on it, they go to homes.com. Let's say they get distracted on homes.com and start looking at houses, and then they click for more information on the house. Well, homes.com isn't going to send you that lead information. They're going to send it to one of the agents that pays them for leads. So be careful when you send it, when you're paying for ads and sending people to non-branded content. So I just want to stress that if you are going to post articles, it's better if you can post articles that are branded to you somehow. Okay, so that's the second step. You're just giving away information, and that sets you up for lead generation, because now you can narrow your audience. No longer cold audience of people in Facebook. Now this is a warm audience of people who have engaged with your content. These are people who have gotten to know, like, and trust you because you've given them valuable information over time. So with that, you're allowed to then retarget those individuals who have engaged with your content with the intent of giving away information, but getting contact information in return. So whether you're giving away listings, you're doing home valuations, the objective is to collect lead information, because that is where you're going to ultimately make your money. So let's talk about building your first marketing program, starting with brand awareness and lead generation. So that initial engagement campaign, I would suggest building a traffic campaign. And if you're just getting started, I would recommend renters and buyers, because you're going to get a lot of activity from those audiences, especially the renters audience. Some will still continue to want to rent, and by the way, you can make money off that, but some in that audience will ultimately be looking to buy. So you want to curate that and get that audience to know you as much as possible. And then of course your buyers, your potential buyers. So you identify these prospect audiences, because that's what they are at this point. They don't know you, and you're going to start sending them content, videos, images, image ads, articles, blogs, do-it-yourself stuff, neighborhood tours, things like that. There's so much you can do on the video side, and just get creative as possible and engaging as possible. Send that out there. People will watch it, and if it's good information, they'll watch it all the way through. But regardless of how much they watch, you can always target people who have engaged with your content. So that's what I would recommend on the initial side, because people who will then engage with your content over time, it's going to allow them to know, like, and trust you. And that sets you up to build your lead generation campaign, which is your retargeting campaign. And now you're targeting to those same renters and buyers who having previously engaged with your content. And you're still giving away good information, but instead of sending them off Facebook or wherever, now they're going to a landing page which is asking to collect, or at least asking for their information, and that then goes into your customer relationship management software so that you can convert that lead into a client, because that again is where the money is made. So in both of these campaigns, there's currency of some form. The currency of the brand awareness campaign is that people know, like, and trust you. The currency of the lead generation campaign, once you get past the contact information, is to convert that person into a paying client. Thanks. I hope this has been helpful. Please like and subscribe if it has, because I will be pushing out more content like this to help you grow your real estate business. Thanks, and take care.